Hey y'all, it is I, your nephew, Casey, in his purple cap before he goes in for extra overtime for another 8 hours into the night. I'm going to go ahead and start with the disclaimer. I officially got written out, guys. Tell me how it goes. This blog contains satirical content intended for comedic and entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed herein, whether in text, images, or other media, are meant to be humorous and do not necessarily represent the views of the author or authors. Readers are advised to take all content with a grain of salt and understand that it is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Readers and viewers are encouraged to enjoy the content responsibly and not to take it too seriously. If you are easily offended, this may not be for you. With that putting out there and putting aside, I also set out a rule that I got to stipulate. If I say real serious bit, that's probably me expressing my opinion or just my genuine thought about what's going on. And then I'll say the end of serious note and then I keep moving forward. Make sense? Cool. So, a couple of things. I did miss a whole week. I do apologize for that. This is also going to be the first video that's going to be officially named Nephew Spot Video Blog or Vlog, or something along that lines, where I really like establish this video as a part of the vlog structure that I'm sticking to, and crossing my stream and my content creation into YouTube. I may do skits in the future, I might not, but more than likely I just like this format of just being able to talk to you. Let's see what happened in this past week that I just really needed to gather some information on and really just enjoy myself a little bit. So, let's see. The BET Awards happened and Essence Fest happened. I'm going to say this for my people, my black people, the people that have complexions as I do, and sometimes see me in either my long locks underneath this beautiful cap, or have seen me in my younger days when I didn't quite have locks yet and I had short hair and they saw that I looked a lot like their nephew, which is why this is called Nephew Spot. Black people, we really need to start like slowing down and looking at a lot of like, we need to take in a lot of information on context and just stop going on the fly. You know what I mean? Like, Essence Fest was judged recently because there weren't a lot of people in the stands. Someone else put out there that there was a lot of traffic. People wanted to see a particular artist perform, and nobody was really checking for Busta Rhymes to sit there and cuss people out because they wanted to sit down and record things and, record the concert on their phones. Part of me, I get it, why he's over there cussing at him. No disrespect to Busta Rhymes, but at the same time, like, can people like go to a concert and enjoy it the way they want to enjoy it? Focus on the people who aren't having their phones out. Appreciate them. You know? If it's anything I learned, especially since I'm doing this vlog structure, is that nobody, I mean nobody, likes to be ostracized for doing what they like or following the crowd. Let them follow it. And let your true fans or your true blue people that want to do more and experience more and different, then you adjust accordingly for them. But to go to Essence Fest and start talking about them crazy, or to go to Essence Fest where you have a fellow artist that you used to be in a, big major music group with, and you just start trashing him in front of everybody. It's 2024. The white people are uniting and they're walking the streets of Nashville recently. I got like a video sent to me of some guys, managing to stay in uniform, wearing khaki pants, blue shirts, pull over masks and caps, and then walk around with like, and march around with like full 13 colonies American flags and Confederate flags and American flags and their regular regalia. And black people, I think we really need to start like loving each other and just like saying, hey, I know you different. I know you might not comb your hair all the time, but we need to be friends. Like, seriously, we need to learn to start being friends because these white people are doing it so much better. And I don't mean to really sit down and ostracize, but I'm only really saying this because it really do feel like people just want to be hurting each other, and I hope we don't go there. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a bunch of us just like prepping up for a giant, I guess, people fart. I don't know. Just feels crazy these days. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the BET Awards happened with Keith Lee feeling like he wasn't actually seen or really loved the way he wanted to be loved by Taraji P. Henson because he got mis he got misunderstood for Jordan Howlett, another, content creator. I love them both. I love all of these people. Really showcases the clash of American entertainment these days when the movie star and the YouTube star, the movie star and the TikTok stars are, in the same room. Really puts it in perspective. Someone once told me that the landscape of how TV is going to change, and I probably didn't have to really come all the way out here to LA to really make it happen. But at the same time, movies are still being made out here in LA, in Atlanta, and they're still shooting, commercials out here, and they're blocking off parts of the streets out here in LA to shoot all sorts of random things. So I'm gonna still figure and meander about it around here and see where life takes me. Do you want to know something else that I'm really thinking about right now? I think it's just strange. BET is just strange. That whole award show was kind of strange. I didn't even watch it. I kind of stopped watching. The last time I saw it was when, oh my God, it was when Jamie Foxx did the moonwalk to celebrate the passing of Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's a lot. I think the other last time I saw the BET Awards was when Samuel Jackson was dancing in that pink wig. 100 in up the stunts ain't saying nothing. 100 in the back and ain't saying nothing. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. That was heyday BET Awards. Man, that was heyday BET Awards. When he was just cool. He's always cool, but he's cool enough to be like, I'm in a pink wig and a velvet and a velvet sport jacket. You better let me sing this song. Because that was when Nicki was really getting out there and just dominating. But it turns out she's over here dropping gems. And I think it's interesting too that you know, while I'm on this tangent and talking about how black people really unite, and we need to learn to love each other and love ourselves and start really assessing what our idea of integrity and authenticity is. Because we ain't doing it. I don't understand what Keith Lee wanted to have happen. It's like a lot of. Sorry about that. My babies. What are you doing, my babies? They just do that thing. They do. They just like, stare. Anyway, I think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting that, black people are over here fighting about semantics and authenticity and when their time is supposed to come and dropping roses on the ground. But there's a whole video of Japanese boys doing Mississippi juking to Memphis Ninja everywhere I go. You don't believe me? You can find it. Boy is juking. That's crazy, right? Why do I get the image that black people are like suddenly like you know how like when you like spill soda on the floor and you get like a paper towel and you like wipe it up and then when you squeeze it out into the trash can where you squeeze out the rag out into the sink so you can put more water on it so you can like pick up the and mop up the spilled soda. Why do it feel like the black people, all of us as black people, are like the soda that's spilled on the table or on the floor, and the world has just got a rag and like sopped up our juices and they're squeezing the life out of us so all of the juices can get everywhere else but stay inside us or stay inside the container they were supposed to be in the first place. So then we kind of lose track of loving ourselves and loving each other. I think it's crazy. And I like being on this tangent and I like being on this spiel about loving ourselves because if nothing else about this blog, we love black people. I love black people. I'm learning to love and have self-love for myself. It's been a journey to get to this point, but honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, and also this also really illustrates my point in tangent when Donald Glover is pointing out that he's got more BET awards, he's got more Grammys, he's got more Grammys than Will Smith, and at the same time, he doesn't have he has about as much BET awards as Sam Smith. But y'all still call that do you still call that man up there to go and talk about the award show and start, presenting awards to other people? Again, black people, y'all going to start loving some of us weird, black folk who don't always have their hairline together. That don't stop us from being black. Maybe we have reasons why our hairlines aren't really together, or we really like, the white stuff or the blurred stuff. Y'all really need to stop waiting for like the Michael B. Jordans and the Megan Thee Stallions, or really the Megan Thee Stallions first, because she's been talking about how she's been a blurred forever. Let's be real, ladies first. She came in first and said, I love My Hero Academia. Not gonna forget that for the longest time, one of her emojis or her like avatars on social media was her like calling herself Hot Girl Meg, and she like Todoroki herself. You know what I mean? She had like a red hair split going, just like Todoroki from My Hero Academia. If you don't know that, look it up. I don't have time to talk to you about it. This video is supposed to only be like 15 minutes long, 20 minutes at max. Can you really hear and understand what I'm saying? Okay, I hope so. I think we really have to start establishing that, if you black, you look black, you are black. Because I'm wondering, like, if we started really loving ourselves and showing each other a real sense of love, maybe we wouldn't have, a Clarence Thomas. Now, it can't be helped. If Clarence Thomas is really out here on his Uncle Ruckus routine, ain't no saving him. Don't be going over there pulling no Uncle Ruckus over. If you don't want to be with black folk, you don't want to be with black folk. But some of us, we really do want to be with the black folk. I think Donald Glover wants to be with the black folk. He may have said some crazy off-brand stuff that showcases self-hate. But I tell you what, he wouldn't be sitting up there at the BET Awards trying to make reason and make face if he didn't want to be in the crowd in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe this is just me talking and being a little delirious because I've been sleeping a little too much and working too long and working these long hours and trying to establish myself as something different. All the same, though, I should really point out that this was an interesting week. This was an interesting week in passing. We don't have love for ourselves. We don't have love for each other as black folk. I think that's one of the biggest things that I realized before in that whole week. Excuse the plane in the background. It's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. The TV landscape is changing. Cartoon Network is long gone. They really need to bring it back. Love, imagination, and authenticity and creativity are becoming a thing of the past. It really shouldn't be. But I don't know. I know I miss the days when I used to watch cartoons and I just thought, who in their right mind came up with this silly mess? But I love this silly mess. Now we can't have silly mess anymore. Now we have to have like the fifth or sixth racing movie. And of all people you're trying to have a racing movie with, you've started with Brad Pitt. Brad, I done spilled drink and wine all over my kids after I've shaken Angelina Jolie Pitt. And that's not really me just spilling mess, spilling the beans. It's established. That's a part of the reason why they ain't together no more. A lot of the stars, which is something we're coming to terms with, just like what Cat Williams said this year, said it's the year of revealing things. We're going to find that a lot of good looking and great people that we thought and loved for over the years, and we had no problem watching their movies, are actually quite terrible people. And your boy standing before you, your nephew, yours truly, is working on himself to be an incredible person, be a very helpful person. Hopefully, this made you laugh. Hopefully, this made you think. I don't know. I hope it made you do something. Maybe you got up and got yourself a drink of water and said, okay, never mind. Maybe you tuned out. But if you hung out to the very end, I appreciate it. And I will see you next time.